First, the quote is cryptic, but it makes a lot of sense given the context of this project. Let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably. Dog whistles, hidden meanings, fiction writing. Nah man, they're just apes with 3D glasses. You don't understand crypto. In this statement, Gargamel quotes Ludwig Wittgenstein, an Austrian Jewish philosopher believed to have been the boy who went to school with Adolf Hitler from 1903 to 1904. According to writer Kimberly Cornish in The Jew of Linz, she alleges that Hitler alludes to a Jewish boy who is believed to be Wittgenstein in Mein Kampf. Wittgenstein's entire body of work consists of cipher, cryptology, and solving puzzles. Similar to how Bored Ape Yacht Club is one massive puzzle designed to be cracked for the sole purpose of stroking their twisted fanfiction writing boner. Second, he states Hemingway's iceberg
That's the real Elwig, dude. Sorry.
theory, which describes exactly what they're doing. Iceberg theory itself is also a 4chan meme. Greg Solano also has written a book titled The Cinematic Art of World of Warcraft. To say he isn't a sucker for fantasy would be a flat-out lie. We know that Gargamel is a creative fantasy writer. We know that he wrote his thesis paper on a Nazi story. And we know that he wanted to create something similar, blending real and fake events. He literally quoted Ludwig Wittgenstein and iceberg theory, confirmed that there is hidden meaning, and that everything is deliberate in Bored Ape Yacht Club. Prior to Bored Ape Yacht Club, Greg Solano even stated he wanted to create a Lovecraftian themed
Why'd you say
NFT
at Asmongold? Explain yourself. The fuck did Asmongold do? What?
project. And if you know anything about Lovecraft, he was a notorious white supremacist, often weaving his prejudices as the basis for his stories. The frustration that Ryder Rips and others have felt, myself included, with the public's perception of this criticism is immense. You can't begin to educate people on this when they're too ignorant to realize that they're being played. Bored Ape Yacht Club, in a way, is a social experiment in making fun of people who are easily influenced. Crypto bros and everyone who sucks off technocrats included. It is a commentary on the number going up forever, or the wag me crowd, which lives by the slogan, "We're all going to make it." This is a very real sentiment shared by thousands of people on the internet, which the founders of this project have profited off of immensely. All it took was celebrity worship, proper funding, fueled by a dystopian political agenda to get fascist propaganda on the world stage. Let me be clear, I'm not saying buzzwords just to say them. This is what's happening. 3. Gordon Goner, or Wiley Arano, also a creative writer. The third founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by Gordon Goner, the same name Ryder used for the website, piecing this all together. This was done for SEO purposes, so that when you type in Gordon Goner on Google, Ryder's website pops up first. In an interview with Wiley from 2014, he stated, "The only book that I don't like is Mein Kampf, but I haven't read it." When asked innocently about books, he resorted to making Hitler jokes. Yeah, there's probably nothing to see here, right? This is just more proof that Wiley's attempt at edgy humor dates.
Bro, I just feel, I don't know. I mean, I already hate cryptocurrency, and like way before we even arrive at like this Nazi shit. But I could totally see these dudes just being like fucking nerds that are trying to make like edgy jokes. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're like I just I don't know how like Bored Ape Yacht Club is going to fucking bring about like the new era, the new Reich. You know what I mean? I think at a certain point it is too esoteric to legitimately make leeway. You know what I mean? No, of course the video is going to go deeper. We're 20 minutes in. I'm just working through this, okay? I'm working through it alongside of you. This is called live reacting to a video, okay? Hello? I'm giving you what my perspective is right now, okay? Calm down. how it works.
Back to 2014. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Gordon Goner stated he chose the name because it sounded like Joey Ramone, lead singer of the Ramones. It should be known that Bored Ape Yacht Club's connection to the Rolling Stone is not random. It's through Neil Strauss, author of The Game, who is apparently writing about the subculture of Bored Ape Yacht Club.
King.
Gordon Goner is a full-phrase anagram for Drongo Negro. Drongo is Australian slang for stupid, and Negro means black. Drongo is also tossed around on 4chan and Reddit. It's not simply a random word. It is also conveniently a species of black bird. Another example of a hyper-specific double-meaning term or phrase in Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's not much else known about Wiley Arano, aka Gordon Goner,
I guess it's like too many coincidences for it to be like just all random happenstance. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just like way, way, way too many. I think they're, like I said, I think they're like 4chan nerds who LARP as like Nazis, and I don't really care about them regardless. Like I think they suck anyway. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, even if they're like, the difference between them being like straight up Nazis versus like being fucking nerdy, like, oh, I'm just trying to be edgy because I like broke my brain on 4chan on poll, and now I literally fucking now I think that I'm like in on this like cool thing, and I'm just like pointing to it secretly. Is nothing. It's the difference between either of those is just marginal ultimately, especially because they're doing crypto NFT shit, which I hate anyway. Regardless, they're both tech lords and Nazis, so all they could do is all this because they're nerds. Yeah, I mean, still.
Besides loose leads that allege he's a crypto fascist, and his dad is literally Don Arano, portrayed by John Travolta in Speed Kills. Both Gargamel and Gordon Goner are writers and creatives, according to the CEO of Yuga Labs.
It's unintentionally spreading Nazi shit, though? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. You're crazy if you think that. No, it's like so insanely fucking, it is way too inside baseball, way too esoteric for it to be like to legitimately be like spreading Nazi propaganda. Tucker Carlson spreads white supremacist, straight up fucking fascist propaganda every night. He's the most popular news broadcaster in this fucking country, and he does an incredible job at it. He is so remarkably good at spreading Nazi propaganda in a palatable way without ever saying that he's a Nazi. As a matter of fact, even sometimes saying Democrats are Nazis or Democrats are fascist. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's really good propaganda. This shit is just like a bunch of fucking nerds who I feel like are just like making fun of all the black celebrities and just like celebrities in general that buy into this shit that they've been able to successfully tap into by utilizing capitalism. Do you get it? I think this is a big deal because it starts with dog whistles and community building. I don't think you can be reductive about it. It's how you form groups. No, I just, no, that's a damn good thing. Thank you. Don Himmler did this shit. Brother, you cannot compare what these fucking dinguses are doing to Himmler. Are you fucking insane? No, dude. That's directional and focused and principled even, okay? What that is serving a fucking purpose. This is just like, oh, lol, just memes. You know what I mean? That's why I gave you the Tucker Carlson example. Tucker Carlson is doing it. These guys are just making money while also making fun of these fucking people that don't get it, while also pointing to the fucking, edgelord memes that they've been able to sneak into something, into like the popular lexicon, popular culture. That's how the alt-right started, just memes. Okay, dude, but there are memes and then there are fucking memes, okay? Some memes are directional. Like, a lot of, let's forget memes for a second. Let's not even talk about this from the framework of memes, but from the framework of propaganda. Okay? 14 words, or even like the reinterpretation of like white genocide, or defending white people or classifying something as white is propaganda. Okay? Claiming that there's white people, white culture, and that needs to be defended is propaganda, and it's very successful propaganda. Saying white power before it was recognized as like a calling card for white supremacists was propaganda. Saying all lives matter is a more contemporary version of the white power propaganda. How is that propaganda? They're taking emancipatory movements and using that language to defend their worldview and to make it seem to make it seem as though their worldview is not horrifically reactionary and outright violent, but instead it's like a defensible perspective. It's an honorable cause. Do you understand? That's directional propaganda with a sole purpose, with the sole purpose of spreading that idea to as many people as possible. Okay? That's how you do white nationalist propaganda. This stuff is just like so extreme that you need to read a fucking entire textbook on racism to even understand some of the things that they're even pointing to. Do you get it? They're just like a bunch of fucking bored, probably racist, maybe not even fucking racist, but like trying to be edgelordy nerds that peppered in this shit into their otherwise, unfortunately, incredibly successful capitalist endeavor. And now it's just like one big in-joke that made them $1 billion fucking dollars. You get it? Like, it's not like the Bored Ape Yacht Club is like saying we have to defend our future. They're not doing like 1350. Like, they're adding numerical references, but they're not actually fucking making a statement that would have any kind of staying power. They're not making any statement that actually would change anyone's minds. They're 100% racist. Do not equivocate on this. No, them being racist ultimately is completely irrelevant to like whether or not they are, whether or not they're able to get anything out of this that is like dangerous or scary, other than just like milk a bunch of fucking idiots for money. You get it?
Nicole Muniz.
Can you take me back to the origin story of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
It was almost exactly a year ago. Garga, who's one of the founders, texted Gordon with, hey, let's make an NFT. So Garga and Gordon were both really into crypto. They were really active in the community, but they are writers. That's actually their background. They are storytellers, they're creatives. And so like crypto was this thing that like they were fascinated by and they like loved, but they were never able to actively participate in.
How much slurp juice do I need to use on my ape to make it less racist? You can't, brother. But the racism is the power, okay? The racism comes from the slurp juices. And honestly, I've been saying this and people still don't understand that you can use 3 slurp juices on an ape, okay? And you get 3 different apes as a consequence of that. And people still don't understand it, dude. Fuck.
There's a barrier to entry,
Exactly,
right?
exactly, because it was technical.
Yeah.
And they're not technical. They're writers, they're creatives, they're storytellers. Like that's what
I think the funniest part about this is that like this motherfucker got a master's in fucking fine arts. And the best thing that they could come up with is like some esoteric Nazi memes baked into a fucking literal copy-pasted ape, okay? And because our society is so fundamentally fucking broken under our capitalist existence where they just want to fucking make money so desperately and looking for shortcuts so desperately that like they cling on to this fucking thing. That's the greatest creative mark you have left on society is copy-pasted apes, dog. That's you honestly, I mean, video game yourself at that point. You know what I mean? You're an abject failure. Okay? If you care about the genuine creativity that you were bringing to the table, you have failed. You failed. You've done nothing. It's so sad.
You?
So it's entirely critical that you understand the context of anything. So the issue with Bored Ape Yacht Club is that they're not providing any context. The context that they provided is that literally it's meaningless. They said that these are just apes in a swamp who like drawing penises on a penis wall. That's the official story of Bored Ape Yacht Club from the mouth of Nicole, the CEO. Like, that's it. Like, end. Done. Like, there's nothing else.
They called me with like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and like, you know, just explaining the idea. And I kind of giggled and was like, oh yeah, I mean, but people are just gonna draw penises. And that was it. Like, I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. We hung up, but like the stupid thing that I said that I never would have thought about transformed into, well, what if they do draw penises?
Yeah.
And where do people draw penises? And, you know, it turned into, well, it's a bathroom.
Right.
You know, it's a toilet stall. And it's a dive bar.
Oh,
But it's not a dive bar. It's a yacht club that's a dive bar. But it's in a swamp. And it's gonna be this like future vision of Miami. And, you know, it's all of these like bored apes. And they just created this like story and this world.
Let's play a game.
this is like, what? What the fuck? What is... What? Yeah, no, these are the storytellers of our generation, dude. You know what I mean? These are, wow, sounds great to me. I mean, respect. NFTs are all going to be a fart in the wind soon. Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah.
Name of I Spy. The cover of this Rolling Stone art is a direct reference to Hieronymus Bosch, who painted pictures like these in order to hide things in them. Spot the racist dog whistle.
The totem, I mean, what? Is it this? And then this? What is that?
Ape hands are a racist dog whistle, alluding to the practice of Belgian King Leopold II cutting off Congolese hands for punishment
Jesus
in not
fucking
working hard
Christ.
enough to produce rubber. The Congolese then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the Belgians in itself. Never underestimate the ability for Bored Ape Yacht Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage of the Bored Ape Yacht Club video game. See anything?
This is what I mean. It's like the funniest part about it is like their output sucks and it's so marginal. You know what I mean? Like their output is so fucking lame and like ultimately is not good. They boosted their fucking racism stats and then forgot the fucking, I don't know. They forgot the respec and put some into creativity. You know what I mean? This is why fascist art can only like try to copy like actual revolutionary or even like actual art. They can't do it. Like they're just they can't come up with anything on their own that's like new or different. They have no creativity.
Interesting? What's up with these bananas? Why is the bushel of bananas conveniently shaped like a swastika? 4. SAS, Zayshawn Ali, software engineer. The fourth founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by SAS, and going off the theme of hidden meanings throughout their entire project, this is also deliberate. SA is the abbreviation for Sturmabteilung, and SS for the Schutzstaffel. SAS, or SASS, is the combination of the two primary Nazi military divisions. There are two possibilities that explain the behavior of the founders. Number one is easy. They are neo-Nazis. Number two is a bit more complex, and Ryder believes we need new terms to describe what's happening. In other words, this is an internet troll's wet dream, post-ironic racism on the world stage. This means that this is a meme, but it doesn't look like one because there's nothing to indicate otherwise. This can also be described as pose law. It's impossible to know if someone is is joking unless they add an LOL at the end of a message to indicate how it's supposed to be perceived. In other words, Bored Ape Yacht Club founders are layering on the irony of troll behavior to the point where it's just doomed. The best way I can describe it is beating a dead horse until the horse comes alive again and then dies again from the irony. February 4th, 2022, Katie Natopoulos, a writer at BuzzFeed, wrote an article covering the identities of the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club.
And then they were like, you fucking, they were like, you dox these people, you fucking dox these people. It's like, bro, it's $1 billion fucking, like she is a news reporter, and she's talking about like a $1 billion art project, if you want to call it that, even though it's not. It's like it's basically securities trading. Guy neo-Nazi, this guy, there's plenty of fucking Turks on 4chan. Turks post, motherfucker. You don't know this? Why do you think the cockroach meme exists? Because Turks post all the goddamn time, and they post so fucking hard that all the other Nazis in other countries are like, fuck these Turkish motherfuckers. Let's find something racist towards them. So they call them cockroaches. Turk roaches. That's where Turks don't stop posting. They never stop posting.
Club. And where exactly do you think she got her information from? Ryder Rips. However, she stated, Solano and Arano don't appear to have any particular red flags, which, as we know, is a flat-out lie. Pressured by Guy Oseri, Kate Natopoulos ran a softball story in an effort to save face. The more degenerative side of 4chan, including white nationalists,
or, in the interest of defending Kate here, she just didn't even fucking know. Like, because, look, myself, and also obviously Philion as well, like we're brain broken. Like we're on the internet even more than like a BuzzFeed internet news reporter. Kate Natopoulos is like usually pretty on it, but I mean, this stuff is so incredibly fucking this stuff is so incredibly deep cut that like you have to be, you know, you have to be like tier 3 brain broken to fucking comprehend any of this shit.
Enjoy participating in the cult of Kek, a metaphorical fictitious religion that worships Pepe the Frog. Think of it as a tribe on 4chan.
It's just like, dude, if you've had sex one time, all of this is just gone, pee pee poof. You know what I mean? Like you have to have re-virginized after many years of being like a sexless fucking weirdo, like a turbo virgin, for you to even recognize this as anything but like, what is this, a children's cartoon? What the fuck's going on? Praise Kick? You know what I mean? And yes, chat, I mean all of us, okay? Yes, every single one of us in this chat falls in the category of re-virginized turbo virgins, okay? I'm talking about us, motherfucker. The fact that we even know what this is, even if we don't, even if we're not like obviously supporting it or hyping it up, implies that we are re-virginized weirdos, okay?
Who considers everyone else not in the know as normies. They wave the Kekistan flag, which is an exact ripoff of Prussia and Nazi Germany's war-mocked symbol. Their mission? Troll the liberals at all costs through meme warfare. By having shared symbolism and jokes, it is a way to communicate or dog whistle to other members that they, quote, embrace the principles of chaos and destruction that are central to alt-right thinking. The term Kek originated from World of Warcraft. When a Horde player types LOL to an alliance, LOL is then translated into gibberish spelling out Kek. This is because the two opposing factions in the game can't communicate with each other unless they are on the same faction. It just so happens that Kek is an Egyptian god that looks like a human with a frog head, hence Pepe. And guess what Kek was the god of? Darkness and chaos. Sound familiar? Surfing the Kali Yuga was not the only surfer innuendo that the alt-right adopted as lingo. In fact, they also used the word cowabunga to signify their alt-right beliefs to fellow members of the alt-right. It just so happens that one of Bored Ape's founder's wife had this exact lingo in her bio, which has now been deleted. And in September,
like, dude, oh my God, I'm so happy that this fucking movement is like falling apart. Jesus Christ. I mean, in many ways, you can see why it was destined for failure, but goddamn. And of course, America is, you know, incredibly white supremacist, so there's still plenty of it to go around. But like this specifically is partially this Like, this is so ineffective across the board that it's like, this is a sign of positivity here. I think I'm seeing the silver lining here, where it's like this is part of the reason why they have nothing. Okay. Like, they did Charlottesville, and then after that, it was like, oh, fuck. Like, we got our shit pushed in. And everybody was like, oh, man, these guys are fucking Nazis. And since then, they have tried to build this back, but all you get is, like, Patriot Front dickheads, you know what I mean? And so the ones that are true believers or whatever go back and fractionalize even fucking further. And it's kind of, in a way... it's honestly, in a weird way, kind of what you see in, like, leftist circles as well. You know, the fucking Trotskyites despising Stalinists who all hate the anarchists. You know what I mean? It's like, ultimately completely irrelevant. You're just fighting amongst yourselves for no reason. I'm not making a moral equivalence between leftists and obviously, Nazis or whatever. Obviously, there is no moral equivalent there. One is on the right side of history, and the other one is just fucking weirdo Nazis who want to see the world burn. But good. I'm glad that they're, fighting. Trotsky, it's not Trotskyites. Yeah, exactly.
September 2021, Bored Ape Yacht Club challenged the internet with a series of puzzles. Whoever cracked the secret codes would receive a Bored Ape Kennel Club NFT, a Bored Ape NFT, a Mutant Serum NFT, and 10 Ethereum. At the time, the value of these prizes added up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This puzzle will demonstrate just how far the creators of Bored Ape Yacht Club are willing to go in order to play out their racist fantasy. This information is taken directly from this user's post on Medium. This whole puzzle started with a single stealthy tweet. Somebody left a strange note at the bar. The image contains a message, "Come find me below," with the cipher text of U8JJ6. This is a keyboard cipher, where if you look at the keys below each letter on a keyboard, you see that it spells /Jimmy. Entering this after boredapeyachtclub.com will take you to a new page, and you are able to load a puzzle game. Jimmy the monkey is back on his bullshit again. In the clubhouse, the game is a 2D screen where you can click on rooms and interact with various objects. Most of the rooms contained a puzzle. The boat room contains a single interactable object in the room, which is a wall of dancing men. If you know a bit about ciphers, it's fairly quick to recognize that this is a Dancing Man cipher. The Dancing Man cipher is from Sherlock Holmes. Decoding the cipher reveals the following message. "This isn't a puzzle clue. Suck on a banana, bozo. Love, Jimmy." This seemed to be a troll as it was not used in the final solution. The party room has two interactable objects in it. The first object is a dog collar with the numbers 0010 on it. This is just the ID number for the exact NFT that you would win if you were to crack the puzzle. The second object is a party poster containing song lyrics. The puzzle gives a selection of song lyrics sorted in alphabetical order by word, with one of the words being replaced by the word monkey. Solving this puzzle involves taking each lyric word bank, identifying the song, and figuring out which part of the song the lyrics are referencing. You sort each word in that set of the lyrics in ABC order and figure out what word has been replaced with monkey. This results in the following troll message. "Wasted your time on this one, stupid apes." Entering the pool area presents you with two puzzles, one located on the inflatable duck in the pool and the other on a drink menu located next to the bar. This puzzle presents a list of duck-themed clues and their answer length. Going through and solving all of the clues results in the list below.
This unironically turns me, like, looking into this turns me into Pol Pot, dude. You need to sterilize every fucking four-eyed freak, okay? Like, straight up, and myself included. Like, I'll take the L on this, okay? If you're a fucking nerd, prison, gulag.
With this answer set, reading the first letter of each answer gives the phrase "cocktails are shaken," which is a clue for the puzzle located next to the bar. Using the hint from the previous puzzle, we now know that this menu list is an anagram of cocktails. In addition, the text at the bottom of the menu indicates something extra was added to the drinks, hinting to there likely being an extra letter not used in the cocktail anagram. With there being 26 menu items, it seemed highly likely the extra letters or the cocktails used every letter A to Z for ordering when done. It is quickly realized all the cocktails start with a unique letter A to Z that, when put in order and reading the extra letters, gives orange liqueur used in spritz. Final answer, Aperol. Upon entering the kitchen, a sheet can be found lying next to the sink. This puzzle provides instructions on what to do, beginning by
way too
identifying
dank,
the dishes
dude.
that are clued on the left and filling out the blanks on the right. The extracted letters, highlighted yellow on the sheet, spell the phrase Gibraltar's Barbary, which is referencing a specific monkey that lives on Gibraltar, the Barbary macaque. Final answer, macaque. In the library, you can start by clicking on the bust on the top of the shelf, which contains a puzzle scroll. This puzzle is a Mad Gab style puzzle as hinted by the title, Bus dan Dush Elf, which, when read aloud, sounds like bust on a shelf. You can make 4 Mad Gab style phrases using one word from each column on the scroll. The output of each Mad Gab is its own clue to a word. This final output is yet again a Mad Gab where ooze 6 ciphers can be read as use 6 ciphers, a hint for the bookshelf puzzle. When you click on the bookshelf next to the fireplace, it shows you an enlarged version.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. Why can't all Nazis do this instead of loading up into U-Hauls? Yeah, no, this is great. Like, crypto fascists should just unironically only do this. Like, also, you know what this is like? It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know if this is real or not, but isn't there a meta or a meme about like how the CIA would like put puzzles, put puzzles out there, and if you were able to solve it, like, you know, you crack the code.
Pussies, lol.
We have to, you know, that means you're like really smart. We're gonna get you to join the fucking CIA, right? Oh, Cicada, exactly. The Cicada Project. Or whatever the fuck, right? So them or Google did it too, yeah. So this is like Nazis. This is like to find one extra Nazi nerd to bring into your group of friends. You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys looking for, a fucking fourth on your dungeon? Like, they were just like looking for a D&D partner, and they were like, they have to be as brain broken as we are and also as nerdy as we are to join our racism club. You know what I mean? Cicada 1488, exactly.
Of the bookshelf. This bookshelf contains many different patterns throughout. As you start to group the patterns together, you will discover there are 6 separate puzzles using 6 different ciphers, as hinted in the previous puzzle contained in the shelf items. The monkey hands. There are 6 hands throughout the shelves using American Sign Language.
Video can be easily debunked by just visiting their website. Do it. What website? The Basie website or whatever?
Language to spell weapon. Naval flags. There are 6 international maritime signal flags throughout the shelves that spell Nassau. 5-bit binary. There are 6 groups of books colored orange and green. These books are 5-bit binary, which provides 10010, 00101, 00001, 10011, 01111, 01110. These can be converted to their decimal equivalent of 1851, 19, 15, 14, which can then be further converted to letters to read reason. Clocks. There are 6 clocks through the shelves. Each
Couldn't you literally just do this without unlocking any of the other stuff, though? You could just like look at this and go, what if that's a binary? You know what I mean? What the fuck? This is crazy.
clock face has a different time, with both hands clearly visible. Using the clock hands as a flag semaphore, you can obtain the letters to spell salute. Book titles. There are some books facing forward with their titles clearly visible, and after reading through the titles, you will notice some of the words are from the NATO alphabet. Echo, Mike, Bravo, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar, and when you extract the first letter of each NATO word, it will spell embryo. Morse code. Between each of the bookshelves is a repeating pattern of a lighter color. Each shelf is a separate letter spelled using Morse code. If you decode the Morse for each shelf, it will spell analog. Now that we have all the words extracted, we need to extract the final answer. Looking at the words for a moment, it can be seen that the first letter of each word can spell answer when ordered correctly. Since the first letter spelled answer, we extracted the last letters to see if it provides an answer to the puzzle. The extract is Guanan, which is a breed of old world monkey, and it's the name of Rene Guanan. The game room contained 2 objects you can—
Dude, stop. Oh my God. No. Bro, dude, let him have this. Let him have this. Actually, let him have this. No, like literally, just let him have it. It's just like, dude, just be in the trains, brother. What's wrong with you? Why are you this into fucking Nazi shit? Just be into train. Be normal. Like, why can't you have normal autism and be really into public transit and trains? Why? Why do you have to be about this? It's fucking insane. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Why? Why do you have to do this?
Interact with. The first one is a game called Jimmy the Asshole, which, after some playing, didn't appear to contain a puzzle. The second one is the Game Room Puzzle. The flavor text for the puzzle is, there are lots of games to play here if you can figure out the rules. It also has some pictures of Hangman and Tic-Tac-Toe. These are big hints for what you are looking for and what the solution is going to be. The solution for this puzzle involved taking each puzzle string and figuring out the puzzle rules that encoded the text. Here is one example. There are a lot of P's, so we want to analyze that first. You start by separating each line by P. We are looking for game-related words, so we can guess the two words here are card and canasta. With these two, we can deduce that the rule for this puzzle is to replace the first letter with P, which can then be reversed from the cipher, which gives the following clue: card worth 50 in canasta. The answer to this clue is Joker. However, we aren't done here just yet. Now we need to apply the same rule we discovered, replace first letter with P, to this answer to get a new answer out related to games. Applying the
This is nationalist treasure. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. This is Da Vinci Code Nazi edition. Like, it's so whack. It's so fucking, oh God. It just like it actually makes me feel like, in a weird way, it makes me feel, one, positive about the overall like future of the Nazi movement. Okay. And two, it's just like these guys have turned into the fucking Amish at this point. They're like literally just a bunch of insulated, self-referencing nerds for racism. You know what I mean?
Dead inside.
Like, they're just, the only thing they're doing is just inbreeding, okay? And that's probably harmful for their future generations, but, well, I guess, the Mennonite and the Amish are fucking. These guys certainly aren't, you know what I mean? So they're just insulated and no sex having as well. So even worse.
The rule to Joker results in poker, the actual solution to this puzzle line. Here is the rest. Taking the first letter from each solution, you get the following phrase: Drooper's apartment pal. Drooper is a character from the Banana Splits, and his apartment pal is Bingo. Bingo is an ape, so we can confidently determine the answer is Bingo. The attic is one of the more difficult puzzles, and before we dive into it, we first have to talk about the skeleton in the crawl space. The skeleton in the crawl space has a bunch of 3-letter phrases and some numbers, with the flavor text of NTH plus EAT. We know that we're trying to combine the phrases to spell words, with the numbers most likely being the length of each word. There's really no approach other than maybe looking up words that start with or words that end with, but the best place to start was realizing that NTH and EAT were clued as being connected and could spell N, the, at. After that,
Bro, I feel so bad for Fillion. Like, you really had to fucking... Bro, even learning this much, like... You had to learn way too much for this, dude. This sucks. Like, god damn, bro. This is not good for anybody to know. Like, why did you do this, man? That's crazy. Like, halfway through this, you should have just been like, all right, I'm going to leave this alone, actually. These guys are fucking insane.
It is mixing and matching until you get something good out. The output you get is Anastasia Steele really loves the hexes used in the attic. This is a reference to Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey, which is referencing that the hex color codes in the attic are gray codes. This is basically a second hint for Bought It, which you can see in the attic section below. The attic starts with an image with some pixels and flavor text about having to feel your way around in the dark. This is a reference for being blind and hinting towards the pixels being Braille. The phrase you get out of using colored pixels as Braille dots: beginners always unlock dim old tones.
What?
If you take the first letter of each word as hinted by the word beginners, you get Bought It, which is a type of cipher. This is the one puzzle you can right click and export the image, and it just so happens to be SVG. So we can extract the hex color codes accurately for the next step as hinted by the skeleton puzzle. Extracting all of the binary codes out and removing the lead 0, you get the following. Using Bought It encoding on the binary, you get the following. The only interesting thing we get is Calamar, which is another type of cipher. This suggests that our extract is valid, but the rest of it is cipher text. We can then use the string with a Calamar transposition solver, but without a key, it was just a bunch of guessing words as a key. Solvers of this puzzle got stuck here for a while until it was noticed that attempting some auto solves on the grid, assuming 6 columns instead of 8, resulted in the final 8 letters looking like a scrambled version of Visionaire. Given the first set of data gave us column.
Listen, if you're in Twitch chat right now and you're thinking, what am I doing with my life? Like, oh my God, I literally spend 10 hours a day on fucking Twitch watching this dude, you know, Hassan. You might even be one of those people who like fucking hates me and is like writing on multiple sock accounts about how much I suck or whatever the fuck, right? But at least you're not this guy, not Philly. And I'm saying like whoever made all this shit, you know what I mean? So like, hey, take solace in that, take comfort in that. Know that there's someone out there that is already like way sadder than you. Okay? These guys. There you go. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for not being this level fucking deranged. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, there's always someone worse out there, dude. There's always someone worse off. Just play a video game, brother. What's wrong with you? Just literally, like, I don't know, learn a skill. Talk to a girl for once in your life. Jesus Christ. Or avoid seeing the ads at the middle of the hour, which come at the middle of the hour today, by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. That's the real enigma. Okay? I'm going to show you this. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and I'm going to show you what you look like showing your NFTs to other people, okay? But yeah, this is paywalled content. We're continuing on with our incredible journey into this fucking space, okay? But if you want an ad-free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Sussy Joao do Brazil, thank you for the 5 get the subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
Joker! Micro Joker!
Okay, these dudes actually look super sick.
So that gave me time to watch the stream. Hassel has
I don't know why this guy is saying like what you look like showing NFTs to people in the wild, because like what? So super cool?
Jump! Authorize. Rogue rise! Perfect rise! When the followers cross.
They look sick as fuck. Wait, this guy's a crypto guy too. Will you look like showing your NFTs to other people? Now use those belts to get laid. But he's like an NFT guy. Anyway, let's continue.
Omar, and having it almost end with Visionaire now, another type of cipher, was too likely to be a coincidence. Putting some effort in manually with a 6-column assumption, you're able to get the following. Using columnar key of 412563 or 214563 gives an output that spells Visionaire at the end, giving us the following possible strings. Cutting Visionaire off the end and taking the remaining letters, we try to decrypt the cipher using Visionaire and testing keywords relating to Bored Apes and the puzzle. Eventually, they landed on the following: Australopithecus. At this point, it's time to solve the
Legionnaire, more like virgin, dude. Fucking got him.
final solution. Taking the answer from each puzzles and sorting them in ABC, we get the following words: Aperol, Australopithecus, Bingo, Guanan, Macaque. If we examine the answers, we can extract even more information about what they mean. Aperol is an orange liqueur that only got popular after World War II. This answer is different than all the others, considering it is a drink that is meant to be ingested. Going off that theme, perhaps this is a metaphor for taking the red pill, as it sometimes appears red in color. Aperol also just has the word ape in it. Australopithecus. Of all the different possible answers they could have chosen, they landed on Australopithecus. Here's a little anthropology for you. In 1931, Ludwig Cole Larsen joined the Nazi Party and later undertook an expedition to German East Africa in search for a primitive man. In 1938 to 1939, he discovered Australopithecus afarensis at Laetoli without realizing the importance of his find. Ludwig attempted to prove that all people have a common origin, but that African people remain.
What we have found out throughout this entire video is that Ludwigs, lots of L's, dude. Lots of L's that Ludwigs have taken throughout history, okay?
Crypto non-sex havers cackle.
Not as big as what the one Mozart took, but
in the state of primitive men, while the Aryan race had developed. Such scholarship was at odds with most anthropological concerns of the day in Africa. He then later lost his position as professor in the course of the denazification after the war. Cole Larsen is not highly regarded amongst contemporary East Africanists. Bingo. Bingo the gorilla is a major yet final antagonist in the 2019 directive.
Mozart was Amadeus, was Beethoven. You fucking fuck you, okay? Shut up. I'm stupid.
Video horror comedy film The Banana Splits movie. Bingo and his friends are animatronics created by Carl to entertain children as the banana splits. However, after the show is canceled, Bingo and his friends start a killing spree. You want to know something even creepier? Bingo only has 3 lines in the movie.
I wonder how the show's gonna end. Time's almost up. Time's almost up.
Bingo's last and most famous words. The only words Bingo ever says sounds just like accelerationism.
Oh, that's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say
As
bingo.
flex.
Bingo! How fun!
Guanan has double entendre. He's the father of traditionalism, bringing the Kali Yuga to the West, and Guanan is also a species of monkey. Macaque also has double entendre. Macaque is a racial slur and a type of monkey. By definition, there is a clear distinction of what type of monkey both Guanan and macaques are. They are part of the Old World classification of monkeys. In 2006, a Virginia senator was called out for using this slur. With close ties to Virginia, the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club would definitely be aware of this political disaster.
I don't know about that.
Gotten in trouble with words that you've uttered. Let me bring you back to August 11th. You were at a campaign stop and a young man who was videotaping it for the web.
That was macaca, not macaque.
Can someone tell me what we are watching? Just tuned in and so confused, lol.
You can make a video like this about any person with connections to 4chan, edgy internet culture. You can schizo string back any reference to 4chan since it's created so much internet culture. That doesn't mean it's intentional or they know the origins.
As rant.
I think ultimately, like, yeah, a lot of internet culture begins at 4chan, and a lot of 4chan culture revolves around, like, fucking, I don't
14
know,
months of brain rot
inserting
and
little,
still
like,
haven't been
racist dog
blasted on
whistles
screen.
into shit, like inserting little Nazi memes into shit. And ultimately, that's only relevant if you want to, like, figure out who a Nazi is. But, like, These guys at this point are so incredibly fucking, they're like so incredibly cast aside and in like dark circles that it doesn't even, I don't know.
Campaign was there also. Let's watch.
Happy 21
This fella
months.
here over
My
here
mom
with
says
the
that
yellow
I
shirt,
enjoy watching why
Makaka, or
people
whatever
are
his
happy
name
hassle
is.
his butt.
He's with my opponent. And let's give a welcome to Makaka here. Welcome to America and the real world of Virginia.
And here's the young man, S.R. Siddharth. He's a resident of Virginia, an American citizen, straight A
5
student
months
at
and
Fairfax
nothing
High
has
School, and
rotted
now
my
goes to
brain as
the
much as this
University of
nationalist
Virginia.
shit yet.
Critics say that Makaka is a racist slur and that you used it because he was dark-skinned. What did you specifically mean when you said, welcome to America and the real Virginia? Why did you use those words toward a dark-skinned American?
Tim, I made a mistake. I said things thoughtlessly. I've apologized for it as well I should. But there was no racial or ethnic intent to slur anyone. If I had any idea that
He's like, listen, brother, I'm in Virginia. I'm running for Senate. I'm a racist. What did you think I was going to do? I mean, I'm a racist, sir. Sir, I'm an American politician. What do you think? What did you think I wanted to do? Have you seen my constituents? Sir, I am a racist person. This is what I like to do. I like to be racist. Sometimes I like to do it off camera, most of the time actually, but now I'm doing it on camera. I did racism in the wrong place, sir. I forgot. This is what you're supposed to do, but like you're supposed to do dog whistle. I said a slur. And this is what I do for the most part, okay? Please vote for me.
Word, and to some people in some parts of the world was an insult. I would never do it because it's contrary to what I believe.
Well, where'd the
who
word
I
come
am.
from? It must have been in
Oh,
your
just made up.
It's not West Virginia, LaMouffe. What do you mean, bro? There's like plenty of fucking race people in Virginia too. What are you talking about, bro?
Made up word.
My theory is that the primate answers of this puzzle are a direct reference to the founders of the project, and Aperol could be seen as the red pill. The Boogaloo Boys were born on the weapon board of 4chan known as K. Think of them as paramilitary incels, or Chan LARPers. They can be classified by their Hawaiian shirts and absurdist meme styles to make anyone who calls them out look insane. It can be a very effective tactic when trolling. This Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt is an exact Boogaloo Boy Hawaiian shirt used to LARP by 4chan users. This is Ape 1488. The number 14 is a neo-Nazi dog whistle. It is a direct reference to the white supremacist slogan known as the 14 words. We must secure the existence of our people and future for white children. The slogan was coined by David Lane, a member of the white supremacist terrorist group known as the Order. The number 88 is white supremacist alpha-numerical code for HH, which stands for Hail Hitler. 1488, which is also included in the ADL database or the Anti-Defamation League, is a combination of these two hate symbols.
But the fact is, guys, I've been on the internet 20 years. I know pretty much about every single different slur that's in the English language and a few in other languages as well. So not only do I understand all the slurs, I also understand the euphemisms like 1488.
Here is where it gets really dark. What do you see on this ape?
Oh, I asked him to be like, I'm the lore master of slurs, brother, okay? Listen. You think I know everything about WoW mounts, dude? Guess what? Also, I know everything about slurs, too.
Happy Father's Day. Hugs and kisses.
I know literally, I got the lore of racism. Do you understand?
No, not the bloodshot eyes. This ape is wearing a prison outfit with the numbers 019807. If we take out the zeros, a practice in cryptography called null padding, we are left with 1987, which we can deduce is a year. You see, 1987 is a reference to the year that Rudolf Hess, a Nazi hero, died in the Spandau prison in West Berlin as a result of his conviction during the Nuremberg trials. It was destroyed the same year to prevent it from becoming a neo-Nazi shrine. Not everyone who has a Bored Ape is aware of the inherent racism. Let me point your attention to the sales activity tab. If someone is is selling an ape, they set the price. Interestingly enough, there is a pattern of selling apes for variations of 88 Ethereum, ending prices in 0.88 or 0.14. This is a cut and dry example of esoteric racism. Ape 6969 features the same prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet with a shit-eating grin. This is a troll hidden in plain sight designed to mock everyone who looks at it. The odds of Ape 6969, which is a troll in itself, having both the prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet is statistically near impossible. Apes in the Bored Ape Yacht Club project are adorned with various characteristics. This can include clothing, accessories, eyes, faces. Anything you see on these apes can be randomly generated to produce the final product that we see as an ape. By design, some of these characteristics are more rare than others, which means more desirable, which results in a higher price. Some of these characteristics are harmless, but there is a definite through line with one characteristic in particular: headwear. The Prussian helmet is known as a Picolob, which is a reference to the German Empire from 1871 to 1919. The Vietnam-era helmet features an Ace of Spades card attached to the helmet, which was a custom American soldiers started in World War II, but continued in Vietnam. In Vietnam, however, American soldiers would leave an Ace of Spades on dead Vietnamese soldiers. The card in the Bored Ape helmet has a letter J on it, which would indicate a Jack of Spades, not an ace. The founders of this project are not sloppy writers and wouldn't get history wrong if it meant they could include yet another racist reference. Maybe this explains it. Based on a 1938 decree in Nazi Germany, every Jew in Germany had to carry an identification card marked with J for Jewish at all times. The sushi chef headband is a Japanese headband known as a hachimaki. Hachimaki can have different Japanese characters on them to mean different things. There are 6 variations that are the most popular and commonly used. Bored Ape Yacht Club went with kamikaze to indicate Imperial Japan's suicide pilots. A sushi chef would never wear this headband. The safari helmet is a British or European pith hat used by the British Empire in colonizing Africa. And Belgium in the Congo, led by King Leopold II, who, as you know, cut off Congolese hands. The kami hat is known as a ushanka, and with the sickle and hammer, it represents the Soviet Union.
Okay, well, let's hold on now. Okay, let's hold on now. Let me just hold on now. All right, what is this? What am I gonna say about this?
Or the USSR, worn during World War II while Russians were commanded by tyrannical leader Joseph Stalin. The fez is a potential reference to the Ottoman Empire, but there's
okay, hold on now, ×2. What is this? First the ushanka, and now we're talking about the fez. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't like where this is going. I'll tell you that much. Okay, first of all, the ushanka thing is like, okay, well, they killed Nazis, though. And even the fucking American, like, helmet is like, the death card is literally also anti-Nazi. And also the Ottomans obviously collaborated with the Germans in World War I, but were not involved. Turkey was not involved in World War II.
Also such thing as a Nazi fez. With all of these helmets and headwear, one can see a clear picture of Chan culture's fetishization of power and dominion of those they deem weaker. October 2021, music manager Guy Osseri, founder of management firm Maverick, who represents Madonna and U2, acquired representation of Bored Ape Yacht Club. This would include securing book deals, music, television, video games, and even movie integrations. This was a power play for Bored Ape Yacht Club because it legitimized funding and star power.
What do you always run defense for Stalin? Bro, why do you think the ushanka is only a reference to Stalin, dude? What the fuck are you talking about? The only thing I defend with respect to Stalin is killing Nazis. That's it. Like, if you think that you can't hand it to Stalin on that one, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? That's it.
Behind the project.
I see a lot of Genghis Khan propaganda these days.
With the connections of Guy Osseri, Bored Ape Yacht Club now had a way to control the media messaging around their project.
The project obviously has so much hype and so much support. There's also been criticism. Some people connected some of the images to racist tropes. I'd love to give you the opportunity to respond to that criticism.
It's apes, because aping in is very much a nod to this community. To crypto enthusiasts, to people who aped in early. So the story is about them. One of the founders is Jewish, one is Turkish, one is Pakistani, one is Cuban. Guy Osseri, who's one of the partners that came in later last year, is Israeli. I myself am Cuban, and I'm actually first-generation American. The idea that we're neo-Nazis or alt-right is offensive, it's hurtful, it's totally untrue.
That's really personal to you, that criticism.
The idea that you can't be racist, or even ironically racist, because you're ethnic is the saddest excuse I've ever.
Literally the number one fucking like QAnon white supremacist dude in Germany is a Turkish guy. And he's vegan, but that's unrelated to the conversation. So yeah, no, you can be Turkish and also be really into this like weird fucking edgy Nazi shit. Just saying. I don't know.